What's going on, guys? It's your boy HQ420 here, and in today's video, I'm going to go in and take a look at what Arnold Schwarzenegger said right here recently. He was saying that we're about to raise a generation of wimps and weak people. Okay, wimps and weak people. He's afraid that the new generation coming up right here shortly afterwards, because Gen Z is now starting to be able to reproduce in mass. Okay, so he's afraid that we're going to have a whole generation of wimps and weak people. All right, and he may not be far away from the mark on this. Okay, some things could shift. All right, could shift, but the way it's looking right now, okay, it looks like we may be going towards that. All right, we may be going towards that. So we got right here, okay, as I said before, have the generation of wimps and weak people. Okay, so let's see what he's got to say right up here. All right. Of course, we know he was Mr. Olympia. All right. He said he had a high work ethic, also high steroid use, allegedly. That helps a little bit. All right. That does help a little bit. If I could say so myself. I'm not going to play this clip from Howard Stern because I damn sure know that they're going to give me a strike on that piece. All right. But he says he believes that his type of work ethic might be lost on future generations of Americans. Well, we all know when this downward trend, or this trend started spiraling downward even more, and that would be March of 2020 when you started allowing people to stay at the house, okay, collect checks without producing anything, all right, and then they figured out work from home ninjas, okay, work from home ninjas, all right, scared to get the sniffles ninjas, scared to walk out the house ninjas. Yeah, we got all those. You know what I'm saying? So reaping what we sow, all right? And we're going to get into something that Arnold said around that time, which makes his words here a little ironic, all right? There's no doubt about it. But let's see what he's got to say right up here, okay? Let's see what he's got to say right up here. He says, is it people that slept in? Was it people that were wimping out? He asked. No, these were ballsy women and men that went out there at 5 a.m. and got up. They struggled and they fought and they worked their butts off. That's what made this country great, okay? And I've always said this, all right? This is something I believe when people are like, oh, well, you know, life should be more than just working. I was like, but that's a modern convenience that you can say that shit, all right? Because 200 years ago, man, if your ass didn't get up, tend the fields, make sure the cattle fed, all that stuff, ninja, you won't eat. Okay? And there won't nobody coming to save your ass. It's called starvation. All right. They won't nobody coming to save your punk ass. All right. It just ain't no doubt about it. Your punk ass won't get saved, but 2, 3, 4, 500 years ago, man, yeah, I'm gonna sleep in today. Go on, sleep in then. It's about how you gonna eat. It says shit, but unless you were a king or queen, you had your slaves and did your service and all that stuff working for you, but you had to get up and do some ish. You know what I'm saying? And even they were doing some shit. You know what I'm saying? Even they were doing some shit. Now it says right up here also that society has allowed young people to become too sensitive. We got plenty of sensitivity around here. All right, we got a lot of sensitivity. Cancel culture. People are out there highly offended by what people say, and we even see this with corporations. You come out and you say the wrong thing, they'll deem it hate speech, and then you could lose your job, lose your well-being, sponsorships, and all kind of shit. So we have seen that. So people have become less and less tolerant for anything that is outside of the established norm. Okay, established norm, and that's by the powers that be, okay? If you're not the powers that be, and you speak out against things that they have already established is norm, then it's labeled hate speech, okay? That's just all there is to it. So it says right up here, he says, anyone that tries to baby themselves and pamper themselves, it's over. You're never going to get there, okay? He also says, we live in a society where liberal lawmakers, legacy media, and large corporations now value feelings over facts and safe spaces over reality. So all this stuff is correct right here, what Arnold's saying, okay? All this stuff right here is correct. But I'm not sure if he's the one that needs to be putting the message out to people, okay? I'm not sure if he's the correct guy what he was speaking earlier, wimps and weak people. Okay, wimps and weak people. So let's go back and let's see what he had to say. Not that long ago. Okay, not that long ago. This is a few years ago, a couple years ago. Let's see what Arnold Schwarzenegger had to say about a particular disease that should not be named, and what you should be doing, and what he thinks about your said freedom. So I'm gonna let this thing roll out in its entirety right now.
There's still people that live in denials. There's still people that don't believe in masks. There's still people out there that say, well, we don't have to do social distancing and all this kind of stuff. There is misinformation out there. And my point of it was basically, look, there's no one that knows more about a virus than I do, because I studied this issue for 50 years. And the same is also with the virus. There are people out there that are experts that study this year after year after year, and that are experienced, like Dr. Fauci, that has been in this, probably for his entire life. I mean, why would you not believe someone like that? So, and there's so many other scientists out there and experts on this subject. So I believe them and I follow them very carefully. And of course, sometimes things are happening that are unexpected. So then you have to make the adjustments and all that. But I think people should know there is a virus here. It kills people. And the only way we prevent it is to get vaccinated, to wear masks, to do social distancing, washing your hands all the time, and not just to think about, well, my freedom is being kind of disturbed here. No, screw your freedom, because with freedom comes obligations and kind of responsibilities.
It's funny there, Mister Screw Your Freedoms. Okay, Mister Screw Your Freedoms. Scared to death. Don't want to leave my house. Make sure I jab up every jab. 8, 9, 10, 50, 11 jabs. All right. Mask up, sacred cloth up, KN95, NN95, P95X, all of them, cuz. And he's talking about pampering, the babying and pampering of young people, wimps and weak people. But we are reaping what we have sowed, okay? There's no doubt about it. At that point in time, you told the young people to be wimps and weak, okay? If we're going to go off what the data was saying, okay, what the data was saying, the young folk were relatively unscathed, okay? Relatively unscathed if we're going by the data, okay? So at that point in time, they should have been out and about, living their lives, working, okay? If we're going to go just strictly off the data, okay? If that's what we're going to do. But at that point in time, you were champion weakness, okay? You were championing wimps, okay? That's what you were doing. Even you, screw your freedom, okay? Don't fight for your freedom. Become a pussy, okay? I mean, become one with the machine, all right? That was you, Arnold. Oh, how soon they forget, okay? But we over here, we can't forget. Look, forgiveness comes for all, okay? Well, I forgave you long time ago, all right? For you know not what you do. But I shall not forget, all right? I shall not forget. There's no doubt about it, all right? And I'll make sure whenever you bring some stuff up, ho, 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 cuz, you were one of the ones. You were one of the ones championing wimps and weak people. Okay, there's just no doubt about it, all right? Boy. It said the irony of lecturing Howard, which he was on the Howard Stern show. Okay. So I didn't leave my house for 2 years because I'm afraid to catch a cold. Stern about wimps and weak people is not lost on me. And I've had issues with Arnold ever since he told us to screw our freedoms and comply with the useless mask mandates. All right. Now this is what Amber Harding was saying. Okay. She was like, yeah, you the one that was locked up in your house, scared to death, scared to look. They shook. You were shook up, shook ones. And now you talking about, oh man, these young people are pussies. It's like, well, damn, Bo, you kind of taught them to be that. That's what you taught them. You taught them to cower in fear. You were one of the ones that were leading the charge. Mr. Screw Your Freedoms. The Governor. The Terminator. Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, that's you, guy. I mean, that's you. So, I mean, I get what you're saying. It makes sense. But I'm sorry, the message is gonna fall on deaf ears from you. They're like, well, I got this footage right up here that telling me to cower in fear, to be scared of the sniffles, the disease that should not be named. So, I mean, how am I going to take any cues from you? I mean, that's all I'm saying. Don't fight for your freedoms. I mean, that's what I heard. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what else he says up here. It says you have to train your mind in the same way you train your biceps. He said once people learn to accept pain, misery, and discomfort, they will grow more and be tougher in life. Well, you wouldn't accept no pain, misery, and discomfort during the quote unquote pandemic. Okay, the quote unquote pandemic. Accepting that things were going to happen, accepting that some people may leave this world, which people leave this world every day. Misery, discomfort. Folks were in a lot of discomfort. There ain't no doubt about that. All right. It said you can only strengthen your character and become a really strong person inside if you have resistance, if you fail, if you get up again, and if you work hard. Okay. All right. Resistance. Well, I wanted to resist the mandates, but you were telling me screw your freedoms. Does that not build the scar tissue I need? I mean, let your boy know. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we're trying to figure out, okay? I get it. Wimps and weak people. We're not going to deny that. But it's getting tough around this joint. I see, well, folks, cottonelle tissue soft. People are folding up, edges are touching. Okay, ain't no doubt. All kind of edges are touching. But Arnold's not the right person to be delivering this message. Somebody else needed to deliver the message. Okay, it wasn't Arnold. So I want to know your thoughts on this comment section below. Hope y'all did enjoy this video. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.